welcome back.
What's poppin', y'all?
It's your boys,
Jeremy
and Jake.
back for another edition of
Beren,
Boys,
Bekius.
Beren, Boys, Bekius. You know what it is. It's your boys back for another episode. How's it going, y'all? It's going good over here. And we're back with Parshat BeShalach.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get it.
All right. So, first part of this parsha, the Jews have escaped from Egypt and are now going towards the Yam Suf. Paro decides that he actually wants these Jews back as slaves.
He switched his mind again.
Decides he wants the Jews back, and the Jews find themselves trapped between the Yam Suf and Paro's armies, which are right behind.
Right, so he's chasing after them, and they're stuck on that side. There's this huge amount of water on the other side they can't get through. They're stuck, and now they're complaining, and they're angry. They don't know what to do. They're confused. They're upset. They think they're going to die. It's not a great place to be for the Jews in that very moment.
But don't you worry.
But don't you worry, because God comes in and says, Moshe, that staff of yours, raise that up to the sky, baby. And what happens, as we know? The sea splits. The miracle at the Yam Suf, the sea splits with a dry path for the Jews to come through, who waddle their way through the Yam Suf, wave by to the fishes, to the whales, to the sharks, and Paro coming right behind them thinking, oh, okay, our turn. Not quite.
The waves crash down on Paro and his armies, and they, unfortunately or fortunately, are gone.
Gone. They all drown. The water crashes down on them. And to celebrate this incredible miracle, the Jews break out into song and dance led by Miriam and her instruments, singing the song that we know to be Az Yashir Moshe.
All right, so now the Jews are in the desert, and they are tired, hungry, thirsty, and they repeatedly complain to Moshe.
Man just struggling out in the desert, okay?
Right. So, to help them, Hashem miraculously sweetens this bitter water that they find, and later has Moshe bring them water that he hits with a rock.
Right, so can you imagine you're in the desert for all this time, you're so hungry and thirsty, you find this nice patch of water, and it's bitter.
Ouch.
You gotta be down bad at that point. But, as Jake said, God sweetens it, Moshe hits the rock, water comes from the rock, and life is good. Now, that's the water part. What about the food?
So the food, Hashem causes man to come down, rain down from the sky, and every morning the Jews go out, morning and evening, and get the man.
Right, and on top of that, the Jews had them on for a little bit, complained more. They asked for the quail, for the bird meat, and for the Jews in the desert, ask and you shall receive. They ask for the bird, they ask for the meat, they get the meat.
Now, Bnei Israel are instructed that on Fridays they should take a double portion so that they have for Friday and for Shabbat. However,
some people think that they are just above God's rules. They saw the 10 plagues, they saw the Yam Suf, and still they think that God doesn't know what's up. So they're like, I'm going to get my Shabbat portion of man. No, there's nothing there. And, as we know, if you keep it left over, it turns into worms, okay? Don't break God's rules. He's a pretty smart guy, believe it or not, okay? And to commemorate the man and to show it to later generations, Aharon takes a little bit of the man in a jar as a testimony of God's miracles in the desert.
Last part of the Parsha, in Rephidim, the Jews are attacked by Amalek, who are defeated by Moshe's prayers and an army that is spearheaded by Yehoshua.
Obviously, we know who Amalek is. We hate Amalek, and in this week's Parsha, they attack the Jews, right? They keep asking and complaining, and you do too much asking, and you're not going to like what it is that you receive.
Right.
All right, so thrilling Parsha. Now on to some Daf Yomi with a convenient halacha about Shabbos that may apply to some of you guys who are doing those crazy diets out there these days.
Let's do it. All right, so the Gemara tells the story of Mar Beren de Ravina, who used to fast, used to have an option to fast on every day of the year, except for Shavuot, Purim, and Erev Yom Kippur, because those are the days that you're required to eat. It is a mitzvah to eat on those days.
Right, so he would literally have a fast on every day of the year except those 3 days. But what about Shabbos? The Gemara says that he didn't fast on those 3 days, but what about Shabbos?
I thought that you weren't allowed to fast on Shabbos.
You are indeed correct. What the Gemara teaches us here is that you are not allowed to fast on the day of Shabbos. So if you were planning on doing that, don't. Okay, now for some sports updates. You guys know the deal. If you're sports schmoozin', we're sports schmoozin'. You know what it is. Let's keep you guys updated. The biggest news of the week.
All right. Mahomes, Brady.
The young goat versus the old goat.
This is going to be crazy.
In the Super Bowl. We got Chiefs. We got Buccaneers. First team ever to play in their home stadium for the Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers playing in Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, his first year in the NFC, takes down Aaron Rodgers. What's good? Is he the GOAT? Will Mahomes be the GOAT? We may find out.
I'm calling
in 2
it
weeks.
Right here. Tom Brady will win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady will win it.
I'm going Chiefs.
Right here. Tom Brady will win the Super Bowl.
Wow, so we'll see. We'll see. And in other news, we told you a few weeks ago, guys, that Karis LeVert had a mass on his kidney and was looking bad, but prayers up. He is healthy now and making a full recovery.
Very good.
So for you Karis LeVert fans out there,
awesome.
Congrats. All right, and now for the final portion of the Beren Boys Bekius podcast, the Musser.
Let's do it. All right, so the Pasuk states in Perek Tet Vav, Pasuk, Kaf Gimel, states, V'yavo marata v'lo yachlu lishtot mayim mimara ki marim hem. They came to Marah, but they couldn't drink any water because they were bitter. Therefore, it was called Marah.
Right, so what's interesting here is that it refers to the people as bitter, right? We spoke before about how they kept complaining, and what did that complaining get them? It got them an attack from Amalek, right? But where's the connection? The gematria of the word mar is
240.
240. What other word has the gematria of 240?
I know. Amalek.
Amalek. Mind blown. 240. But what's the connection, right? Is that Amalek, especially these days, is but a complex of the mind, right? There's no physical body of Amalek. But how do you bring upon yourself an attack from Amalek? By being mar, by being bitter. And what does being bitter entail? It entails doubting Hashem and doubting his ability to provide for us and faltering in your emunah. The Jews had just witnessed incredible miracles from God, and yet they were bitter. They were doubting him, and as a result, they let themselves become vulnerable to attack from Amalek. And these days, it's so important that we prevent ourselves from doing the same.
Right. These days, we have to have trust in Hashem, faith, and not let ourselves get into the mindset of Amalek attacking us.
Right. And so what we wish for you guys this Shabbos, every week, every day, every second that you breathe, is for you guys to be strong in your emunah and to not be bitter, as to not let yourselves be vulnerable to an attack from an outside source, be it Amalek, something on social media, whatever it may be. So we wish for you guys to be strong in your emunah and to not falter in your Yiddishkeit. And until next time, peace.